Hi guys, this is Gentle Farmer. This first part of the video today I want to show you just some real quick highlights of an exploration trip I did where I went several thousand blocks to the south just to see what there was. You see I came across some sunken shrines. I had a run-in with a mama polar bear that didn't like me getting close to her cub. I found some spruce and gathered some spruce wood and some spruce saplings so we can grow that back at our house. And then on the way home I followed my compass. If you recall, we talked about the way compasses work, and you can see it in my number 7 inventory slot pointing my way home, and there is our house on the horizon. I found a little village on the way. I also brought some pigs home. I'm trying in this tutorial to teach you how to do things, but occasionally I'm going to teach you how not to do them. And if you noticed right there, I accidentally fed the one and only potato that I had found to that pig when I was trying to trap him in, not trap him, but cage him in the fence. So don't do that. I'll have to go back to a village around. I had found that potato at one of the villages that I discovered on my exploration trip. But now I'm going to, for most of this video, I'm going to show you how to make a sugarcane farm, because I need a lot of sugarcane if possible to trade with villagers, librarians, and they will give us some good emeralds for it. We can start trading them up. This first, if you notice this pattern, is how you make an observer. And the way observer works is it's a redstone block that when it observes an update to the block that it's looking at, it will output a redstone signal. And so we're going to use it to detect when our sugarcane grows to a certain height, and then harvest it. So what I have here are 2 water streams coming from opposite ends. They both are flowing 8 blocks. So I have 16 blocks with this white diorite, and I'm going to change that out for dirt in a moment, but I made it white diorite so you could easily see the block edges and count. But basically I have those 2 water streams coming together over, and they're meeting over a hopper which is connected to a double chest. And so when the sugarcane is harvested, it's going to flow into that hopper and collect in our chest. Alright, and then the block right above those are empty, and then above that I have a set of pistons that are set back one block back. If you see from where I'm looking here, there's a row of pistons all along, and these are the pistons that are going to harvest the sugarcane. And we're going to put the observer just 1 block above the pistons, and what will happen is when the sugarcane grows 1, 2, 3 blocks high, the observer is going to see that last 3 block high growth, and it's going to cause the pistons to fire and break the top 2 layers of sugarcane, leaving the bottom one. And when you do that, sugarcane will regrow from the bottom. So I'm going to change these blocks out now for dirt, because we need to plant our sugarcane on dirt. And you see where the pistons are relative to me here. So they are going to always leave that bottom layer of sugarcane, which is what we want. If it broke the bottom layer, then we'd have to come back and replant the sugarcane constantly. This block right below the pistons, I'm going to fill in with some stone here in a minute, but if you wanted to, you could dig that 1 block down and put a water flow back there too to irrigate the land. The fact is that the water stream that collects it is also going to irrigate the dirt, so we don't have to do that. I will do that sometimes if I'm stacking these. If I built a second layer sugarcane farm, I might make that back layer water so that it kept the higher row irrigated. Sugarcane farms, I don't have a lot of success with stacking them. I have stacked them and they work, but I lose more sugarcane on the second and subsequent levels than I would like to. So I don't usually build them more than one unit high. But we're going to plant sugarcane along the back here, and you see how that's just below the piston. So this layer of sugarcane will be kept, and everything above it will be broken. and I'll show you an example. Oh, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. I want to put the observer up there so that you can see the example. So the observer, I'm only going to put one. You could put observers all the way across this, and that way the first sugarcane that grew 3 blocks high would trigger the harvesting. I'm going to be a little more conservative with my resources, and I'm just going to put one observer. It shouldn't make a lot of difference. I don't know why this wandering trader has come in, but he doesn't have anything interesting for me. The difference it makes is there may be a delay. Some of the other sugarcane may grow 3 blocks high and not be harvested immediately until the one right in front of the observer. It's only the one in front of the observer that will trigger it. So, but I put that observer, and then I'm running a line of redstone down behind it. And you see the redstone right behind the observer took on a different shape because it's going into the observer block. And if you see that, when I placed a block in front of that, which I did just to simulate the sugarcane growing, it fired those pistons. So here's it from another angle. It also will do it when the block breaks, so it fires twice. But you see, that's how it works, and that's the action that we're counting on to harvest this sugarcane. So now I'm going to break a few sugarcane and show you the same thing, essentially, what it will look like when the cane grows. So it grows up to in front of that observer, the pistons fire and harvest the bottom 2 levels. So that basically is the sugarcane done. I mean, the farm done. What I need to do now to prevent loss is close in the sides so that when the sugarcane is broken, the only place it can go is into the water stream. As it is now, they can fall a little bit randomly, and some of the pieces would end up sitting on other blocks or falling out of the side, sitting on the trough on the side of the water. So what I like to do is close all this in. I'm going to put a torch there, which is just so that when the redstone fires, sometimes it causes lag if there's a light update on your redstone. So when this redstone fires, when the observer sees a change and fires the redstone, it could cause a little bit of lag. I just get in the habit of doing torches in a place like that to light it up. It's not strictly speaking necessary. The other reason to do it is to keep mobs from spawning inside your machine, but I believe this would be safe because to my knowledge, they cannot spawn on top of redstone dust. If you know otherwise, put that in the comments. I'm pretty sure they cannot, in Java Edition, spawn on top of redstone, so I think we'd be fine, but I like to light it up just to be safe. So I'm going to finish blocking out this one part, and then I don't have the sugarcane for it right now, but I'm going to come back and put a second layer of pistons and one more observer and another collection mechanism on the opposite side of that trough. So I'm going to have 2 lines of sugarcane facing each other and being harvested, which should give us a fair amount of sugarcane. We've got one side with 16 pistons, and the other side will actually have 15 because I'm going to leave a gap in the middle for me to get in and out of, and right above the collection chest. But that's pretty good. I mean, that's what did I say, 16 plus 15, so 31 31 pistons working, and each one, if all the sugarcane grows to the 3 level height before it gets harvested, then that's pretty good. That's going to give us essentially a stack of 64 block stack of sugarcane every time it's harvested. It won't technically be that many because some of them probably will only have grown to a height of 2 when they're harvested. Alright, so now I had a little bit of a time lag there. Not time lag, time. I jumped ahead, time lapse, and waited for it to grow a little bit, for the one line to grow, so I had enough sugarcane to plant the second one. But you see, I did the same thing. There's a second line of pistons facing the first. There's an observer on each side, so they can fire independently. And now I'm going to close this off, and I'm going to put a stair block here at the bottom, right above that chest. Put it upside down, put it the other way so it looks a little neater. And then you can still access that chest, but there should be nowhere for the sugarcane to go when it's harvested except into that trough and into our chest. All right, so that's all I wanted to do today. I appreciate your watching, and hit that like button, please. And if you're really enjoying this series, go ahead and subscribe. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.